be in the night. Cold air pricks my skin.
His return. J.J.'s Pooh. When Sir Alvin said, "Welcome back, Mr. Watson," the entire class buzzed with excitement. The room filled with cheers, but me, I froze, completely stunned. I turned my head, my heart racing as I processed what I just heard. For a moment, every emotion vanished, leaving only pure surprise on my face. And then I saw him. Kiefer. He had changed. His skin seemed brighter, his features sharper. He looked even cooler, more handsome than before. My breath hitched when his gaze shifted from the other students to me. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, my little heart. I couldn't look away. His lips curved into a pretty smile when he saw me, like he was actually happy to be here. And with that smile, he somehow became even more handsome. I couldn't help but look at him. What really left me speechless was the way his eyes looked onto mine. Eye contact. For a few seconds, it was just us staring at each other, lost in a moment I couldn't quite explain. My heart pounded in my chest until Satan's voice snapped me back to reality. "JJ, are you okay?" he asked, pulling me out of my daze. I blinked, looking down when he pointed to my hand. Oh my! The pen I was holding had started to leak, staining my fingers with ink. All eyes were on me, even Sir Alvin's. With a quick nod from him, I rushed to the washroom. I turned on the tap, letting the water flow as I hurriedly washed my hands. The ink had stained my fingers, but honestly, that was the least of my worries. What was that? My heart still pounding from what just had happened. I leaned against the sink, trying to catch my breath as the scenes replayed in my mind. His smile, the way his eyes looked onto mine. Why did he look so happy to see me? I shook my head, trying to push the thought away, but no matter how hard I tried, the feeling lingered, like an itch I couldn't quite scratch. Literally, my gaze, I caught my look in the mirror. My stomach dropped. Oh, seriously? My face looked dull and dry, with a stubborn pimple standing out like it owned the place. And my hair? Oh, a complete disaster. Messy, tangled, like I hadn't even bothered to comb it. Which, well, I hadn't. Great, just great. It was all Satan's fault. I was started to blame him in my mind. Oh, if he hadn't made me clean the classroom for being late, I wouldn't be looking like this. A total mess in front of him. I sighed, splashing cold water on my face, hoping it would at least calm the heat rising to my cheeks. Why did he have to come back today of all days? As I reached for a paper towel, the door swung open and Rocky walked in, arms full of her usual stash of beauty products. "Jay, what happened?" she asked, glancing at me with a slight frown. "I'm fine," I muttered, grabbing a comb from her stack without saying anything more. My fingers worked through my hair, trying to smooth it out. Rocky watched quietly, then smiled a little. "You're fixing your hair? For who?" I avoided her gaze, focusing on the combing. No one, I said softly, but my cheeks were already heating up again. I reached for the small tube of face cream from her pile and tapped a bit onto my face. It wasn't like I had a lot of time to think, but I did it anyway. But as I rubbed it in, my eyes flicked back to the mirror. Why am I even doing this? Still, my hand drifted toward her lip balm. A quick swipe, just enough to make my lips look soft. Not like I was trying too hard or anything. Kiefer came, right? Rocky asked with a teasing voice. I said. Are you sure you're okay? She asked, her voice more gentle now. Yeah, I said quickly, trying to brush it off. Just tired. But deep down, I knew the truth. I wanted to look pretty. Pretty in front of him. Thanks, Rocky, I muttered, giving her a small smile before I slowly walked back to class. Chase Boo. As I entered the room, Sir was already teaching, his voice steady and focused. I made my way in quietly and careful not to draw too much attention to myself. I slipped into my seat, trying my best to blend in, but the whole time I couldn't shake off the feeling from earlier. His smile, his gaze, and him. Why does it feel like my heart's still racing? My gaze shifted to my pencil case, and I realized with a jolt that I only had one pen with me. The other one was with David. Oh, I can't just ask to go to bookshop again, I thought. Just as I was thinking that, a pen appeared in front of me, extended from behind. Without a word, it was dropped onto my desk from Kiefer. But before I could take it, the bell rang. Class was dismissed, and just like that, I had missed my first lesson. I let out a quiet sigh and set the pen aside. I wasn't in the mood for more tension. Grabbing my pencil, I started to write. The quiet click of the lead against the paper, the only sound filling the space between my thoughts. Wow! I need two! Say in! Give me that! It's mine! Give me! That's my chocolate! I was sitting at my seat when I heard excited voices from the back. They were loud, almost chaotic. When I turned back to look, I saw them fighting over lots of chocolates. There were a lot of chocolates and they were laughing, picking their favorites like it was free for all. For a second, I wanted to join them just to escape the tension, but I made up my mind when I realized Kiefer is also there. So I turned back to front and I could surprise, but what I see. A big chocolate box, elegant and tempting, was sitting quietly on my desk. I was surprised, and then I heard a whisper, low, soft, teasing. I remember you like this. Take it. Or keep pretending like you don't care. I turned to look at him. Kiefer was standing there, waiting for me to say something, with a soft smile on his face. I was smiling from my inside at that time, but didn't show it because I wanted to keep my cool.